What is up, my crazy simps? Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to program a drone. Now, if you're coming here from the last video, you might notice a couple of things have changed. For one, everything's changed. It's looks completely different. So I ended up making a bunch of more air compressors. In fact, I made 20 of air compressors. Well, 21, I have one over here. And this is just a wall of air compressor to feed my everything. It's very, very, very bad though. It's not a good system. I wouldn't recommend the system to last. This is just so I can get through, make it to the end. You might be thinking, what the heck is this? Well, this right here is the refinery that I made. I ended up figuring out how to automate it to some extent. I don't have proper oil coming in, but what I've done is I have these vortex tubes, and what these do is it creates a cold side and a hot side, and the hot side will heat up anything attached to it. Same with the cold side, it'll cool it down. So what I've done is I've taken these vortex tubes, put the hot sides on them. I've made 2 of them per thing. I've set it up to, it'll take my diesel, turn it into kerosene, take the kerosene to gasoline, and the gasoline all the way to the LPG, and the LPG will get turned right on into molten plastic. And I've made a bunch of plastic this way. And if you're going to use these vortex tubes, you need to know that you can't just have it on the hot side. You have to do something with the cold that's being exported, or that's being generated. So what I've done is I've put these heat sinks on them. So you see right here, this one is negative 99 degrees Celsius. That's the cold end. This one is 18 degrees Celsius, because it is just taking that cold air and releasing it and getting rid of it. And you need to do that because if this gets too cold, it'll stop producing heat. So now we don't have to worry about our lava turning into obsidian. So yep, that's what I've done between episodes. I just made everything a little bit more confusing and a little bit better producing. I've increased my production by a tremendous amount because the way I had it set up, it was not gonna do what I wanted to do. And it's still not going to do what I wanted to do because our pressure production sucks. Before we get into our drone programming and utilization, I want to get into a little bit of something else. And that something else is called assembly controllers. What this will do is it'll take all of these lasers, drills, export, import unit, assembly platform. It'll take all of these and it will make kind of like a basic multi-block structure in order for us to progress in the game. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make this assembly controller. Put it right there. So we got the laser, got a drill, an export IO unit, and an import IO unit. And now we have our assembly platform. Well, let's put that right there. Let's put the laser right there. There we go. Drill right there. Import and export. There we go. Very nice. And let's get our controller right here. And what we're going to be making with these is an upgraded version of our pressure tubes. And these are called the advanced pressure tubes. And these require the assembly line to make. So we're going to need this drill and laser program so that we can just use our compressed iron blocks in order to make 8. And the way we get this is we can just go to the Amadron Tablet. And I showed you guys how to use that in the last episode, but I'll go over this time. All right, so we got our chest set up outside. What we do is we have a bunch of emeralds in here. What we do is you got to shift right click the Amadron Tablet onto the chest and you just go in here. You find what you're looking for. So this right here, right click it to select what you want and then place order. A drone will come by and pick up the emeralds and then another and take them away. Look at that. There it goes. Then another drone will come by to deliver the items. So we're going to get our compressed iron blocks. We got like 67 of them. Let's get like 10. Put our program in here. There we go. And all right, let's see how this, it's already made a couple of these bad boys, these advanced pressure tubes, but let's see how it goes. So yeah, it's going to take it out of the chest. It's going to put it in there. It's going to drill it, I think, for a while. And then it's going to laser it. And it's going to grab it and put it on in the chest. Alright, so now we got ourselves quite a few of these advanced pressure tubes. Let's go ahead and make what I've been wanting to make. So what I've been wanting to make, it is this Flux Compressor. It takes an advanced pressure tube, some turbine rotors, which I have plenty of, finished PCBs and some other stuff, compressed iron gear, blast furnace, redstone blocks, and redstone. And it'll take all of our energy that we produce and turn it into pressure. So let's go ahead and try to make one. So we have everything except for the compressed iron gear and the blast furnace. So let's get that gear in there. And now let's get that blast furnace. All right, so we have everything we need. Let's get ourselves a flux compressor. All right, let's put a flux compressor right here. And now we just got to get some power. And one thing about this flux compressor is that you're going to have to cool it off. Got it nice and wired up. Let's see how much pressure it's producing. Wow. Almost immediately started producing 2 bars of pressure. That's insane. All right, so now I'm going to begin the process of upgrading my setup with these new pipes that can hold a lot more pressure. The old ones can only hold 5 bars. These can hold a maximum of 20 bars of pressure, which is an insane amount. 1 bar of pressure is like 14.5 psi, I'm pretty sure. So 20 bars of pressure is like 280 psi, which is insane. Like imagine a car tire is like 40 psi, just about 40 to 50 psi. And that's like an insane amount of pressure. All right, so I'm going to begin the process of upgrading everything. I'm going to make a couple more of these flux compressors, and I will see you guys in just a minute. All right, guys, so part of my upgrade is I want to get some speed upgrades for those flux compressors so that they will run faster. And how we do that is we make speed upgrades, which are these things. And this is how you make them. You get some sugar, you get some lapis, easiest way to make it at least. And you get some lubricant, which is hard to make unless you have an Amadron tablet, because you can just buy it. So let's look up lube. Look at that. 5 emeralds for 1 bucket. Get like 32. I think that's how big my tank is. And I go directly into the small tank. Now we just wait. Nice. Look at that. Now we have infinite lubricant. 32 whole speed upgrades. Which brings us to a maximum of 40. I'm going to put 36 of them into these compressors. 6 each. One thing to note, you don't have to cool these things off, but if you don't, you'll get efficiency loss. Oh, freak. All right, let's take some of these speed upgrades out, shall we? How do you know I don't know what I'm doing without telling me that I don't know what I'm doing? All right, so since we have successfully destroyed half of our setup, let's get into making our drones or programming them, getting them up and running. It's very fun. So in order to upgrade your drone, first you're going to need a drone, obviously, but then you're going to need a programmer, just like this. Make it like this is very easy, very simple. Well, I say it's very easy. You got to have plastic and more plastic and more plastic and just a lot of plastic. But once you get all that, you can make yourself a programmer. And once you have a programmer, you can just place it down just about anywhere you want to. So I place it down right there, and you'll see this screen where you program it. And programming can be very overwhelming, I should say. To start us off, we're going to need a start. It looks like that. And you'll notice it has this little hook at the end. What that tells you is what needs to be put onto it. You see this little hook? You see something that looks like it'll fit it, like this right here, this dig area, or export to inventory, or maybe import from inventory, which is what we're going to do. Look at that. It'll just snap right on there. Look, snap, snap. Snap, snaps right on into there. And what this does is it tells the drone to pick up whatever is in the chest they have it set to. And you might be asking, well, how does it know what chest to pick up from? Well, I'm glad I asked you that. You're going to use this area nodule. You're going to click it, drag right there. It's going to have some coordinates, which is where the GPS tool comes in handy. A lot more plastic, but you're going to get, I recommend 2 of those. I'd also recommend making one of these GPS area tools because we're going to need that later. What you're going to do with this is you're going to place down your chest like that. So you're going to place your chest down, you're going to get your GPS tool, and you're just going to shift, right click on it. You'll know it works when you hear a little chirping noise, and you see that golden box pop up in the center of it. See, wow, 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 kablam, kabloom, kablamo. And then you're going to put whatever inside. So let's say this, I don't know, pickaxe. And then you're going to go in here, you're going to take that GPS tool, and you're just going to, all right, now that you told it to pick up items from a chest, i.e. a shovel or a pickaxe, we're going to tell it to, for this drone in particular, we're going to tell it to dig an area. And you can tell it it can be just dig a general area. It can do that. Or you can tell it what area to dig. And that's where the area function comes back into play. And so with this area function, you're going to need one of these GPS area tools. And what it's going to do is you're just going to punch one area and you're going to right click another area. And that gives you what you want to mine. And this can be anything. I could tell it to mine from here all the way to here. And it would mine out this entire section if I wanted it to. Now there is a limit. The limit is 17 by 17 by 17, which I don't think this falls into that. But you can also increase that with range upgrades and, you know, just play around with it. We'll just do this for now though. Just have it dig out this little area. And so we have our area marked in our GPS tool. We're going to go over here. We're going to click it onto the area box, and we could just stop here if we wanted to, but I don't want to. Got another chest here. I'm going to place it down right there. Oh, not right there. Let's place it down right here. There we go. And we're going to get a GPS tool. We are going to shift right click that. So to set the GPS tool to that, first off, we're going to have a pickup items nodule and put it right there. And we're going to get area, just like that. And we're going to give it the same area as our dig module, sorry. That way it picks up all the items that it mines up. At least it should. I haven't tested this yet. I'm learning just like you guys. And then we will have an export to inventory module. Get an area function onto there. And we're going to get that GPS that we just got, that chest, and put it right there. So now what we have to do is we have to set start, which is when we place it down, it'll start the function. It's going to import from inventory, which is going to take items out of the set inventory we have it set to. Is it going to go dig the area that we have it set to? It's going to be pick up those items, and it's going to take everything and export it to an inventory that we have it set to. That looks nice on paper. But let's see if it actually works. Another thing with these is that you're going to have these programming puzzle pieces. Put those, you can just have those in your inventory or into another chest or something, but you have to have those. And this is how you make them. It takes a lot of plastic. Put those in there, it takes 15, and it takes one puzzle piece per module you have on here. So be very careful with, you know, however big you want your program to be. You can make it do whatever you want, as long as you have the stuff to do it. And we're just gonna export program to our drone. There we go, look at that. All right, so we got all programmed up. Let's see how this bad boy runs. So we're just gonna, and I changed the program just a little bit. I have it set to go to a location, which is set to this charging pad over here. And we'll see how that interacts with it, because I'm not entirely sure how it's going to interact. But let's just throw our drone down. You'll see it's going to start immediately. It's going to take the pickaxe out of this chest, and it's going to start mining. Start mining the area up. It's going to come over here. It's going to place the pickaxe back in the chest. And it's going to go pick up all of the quartz that it just mined up. Just like that. And then it gets stuck. And I don't know why. Oh, I mean, I could just fly there if we wanted it to. But no. Another thing you can do with these programs is add item filters. So you see I have this item filter right here to only pick up this aluminium pickaxe. You want to use aluminium because it doesn't break. It has no durability. So if you're using a mining drone, then an unbreakable pickaxe would be awesome to use. And I changed the program just a little bit. So now I have it set to filter, only picking up the aluminium pickaxe. When you have an item filter, you want to put it on the right side right here, you see, is whitelist. And on the left side is blacklist. So if I had it like this, it would pick up anything except for this pickaxe. And on the right here, it would say only this pickaxe is what it's thinking, the drone. So I have this program set to pick up only the pickaxe. I have it set to go dig the area that we just saw. It will then export that pickaxe into a chest, and then it'll go back to the area, pick up the items, and then it'll export those items. And then I have it set to go to a location, which I have it set to a hopper just above the charging pad, and have it set to kill itself so that it can be picked up by the hopper and put into the charging pad. So let's see this thing in action. You see in here, I have an aluminium pickaxe and a stone pickaxe. And when I place this drone, it's going to come in here and you're going to be able to see it only pick up the aluminium pickaxe. So let's watch it. Gonna go, only the pickaxe. Gonna mine it real fast because it's a good pickaxe. Gonna come, take it, the pickaxe, put it into the chest, go back, pick up the items, put the items back into this chest, you see? Then it's gonna go and just kill itself right on top of that hopper. And it's going to put itself right into the middle of this charging pad. And there are so many programs that you can use in this mod pack. And I just want to go through a couple of them. Taking the same program that we just had, where it digs out the area, we could expand upon it. Let's say you're trying to make like a farm or something. And like the middle of like a rock patch or something. I don't know. Examples. So we have it set to dig out an area, put things back, pick up the items, put them in a chest. And now let's say you want to place some dirt for a farm or something. You can then take that same drone, you can import items from an inventory, add an item filter from a specified area. You can take that item filter, place some dirt right there. It'll just pick up that dirt. You see I have it on the whitelist side. You can get it to place items in a specified area. This area to be exact. Same item filter, just do dirt. Just place the dirt. You want to just tell it to export anything to inventory, anything that it has to an inventory in the said area. I'm doing a lot of things with area in this mod. And then you're going to want it to import items again get an item filter, get yourself a hoe of some sorts. When you get your hoe, you want to put it in the item filter in the specified area. And then you're going to want it to, where is it? Right click in the specified area. And then we're just gonna, boop, specified area. And my bad guys, before you do any of this, if you're gonna make farmland, you need water, obviously. So you're gonna want to import from inventory and get ourselves a water bucket. Put that water bucket in that item filter, specify the area. And then you're gonna wanna take that water bucket, put it back into that inventory. All right, so now we have our, going back to our hoe, is gonna right click the area that we have defined, which is gonna be the dirt since it has it placed down. And again, export to inventory, area, definition, import. And this is where you're going to tell it to do your seeds. So we're going to use wheat seeds for this example. You can see a little bit right there. And then it's going to go to the same area that we have specified. And it's going to right click onto that area. And there we go. Then we're just going to tell it to kill itself. So we have this massive program now set to mine out an area, put all the items into a chest, place some water, place some dirt, hoe or till the land, turn it to farmland, plant some seeds, and then kill itself. So let's see if this will work. We're going to use a different drone for this. Name it, I don't know, farm drone. Ooh, exactly enough puzzle pieces. This one's going to require 41 puzzle pieces. So let's tell it to get the program in there. Put all the items required into this chest because this is what we have programmed. All right, let's see if it's going to do it. All right, so it's going to go. Get the pickaxe, mine out the area. Put it back. Get the items. Put it in there. Get the water bucket. It didn't do that. Wonder why. Oh, and it died. All right, so we have a little tweaking to do. Let's see what went wrong. Oh, that's why. I never told it to actually place the items. And now that I'm looking at this, actually, let's get this and put it right here. We're gonna have to get a dig function right here. Now we have it set to is it's gonna place the dirt, then it's gonna dig out a little hole for the water. That's what we need to do. So now we have the water. Now we need to get it to place the water. There we go. There we go. Let's see if this is gonna work. All right, we have our area set up. Let's see what happens. Mines it out. Let me get you cinematic mode for this. Whoa. Places the dirt. Look at that. Look at it go. Digs out the area. All right, all right. Gets the water. All right, a little off there. And then it does something. And it's going to kill itself. That didn't work. Alright, so let's say that you managed to get your drone to build your farm. Unlike I did. Or that you just have a farm ready. You can use drones in a different way. You can actually make these things called harvesting drones. Let's get one of these bad boys. And these don't actually require any programming. You can just place it on top of an inventory with a hoe in it, per se, and it'll just harvest any crops in the area. So let's just, place on there. It's going to grab that pickaxe. Let's see if you have to put the hoe in the first slot. Put it right there. It's going to pick up the hoe. And, look at that. It's going to go. It's just going to harvest though. It's not going to pick up the items. If you want to use drones to pick up items and have drones flying all over the place, you can have a collector drone. Use a hopper and some turbines. Get that bad boy. And with this thing, you can just place on top of an inventory. And any items on the ground, like maybe from a crop harvesting fest. Oh. I see. Okay, so with this, you don't actually place it onto the inventory. You place it next to it. If you place it on the inventory, it'll only collect items that are in the inventory. So if I had seeds and wheat and stuff in this inventory, it would collect those. But since I don't, it won't. So if I place it next to the inventory, say on the ground, there it goes. Whoa. Collecting items. There you go. Collecting wheat, it looks like. It'll collect those seeds in a second. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, a nice little automation with some drones. And the cool thing about drones is that they will automatically go and charge themselves at a charging station once they get low on pressure and stuff. Another drone you can make is this logistics drone. And what these will do is it'll take stuff from one place and move them to another place, i.e. that chest to this chest. In order to do this though, you're going to need what's called frames in PneumaticCraft. Currently, there are 5 different types of frames in PneumaticCraft. There is the active provider frame, default storage frame, regular storage frame, requester frame, and the passive provider frame. Passive provider frames only work with requester frames. And what requester frames do is you put them on a chest and it'll basically ask the drone if it can have some items that you can specify. It's like a filter, basically. Active provider frames will automatically give to both storage and requester frames. And with the storage frames, there's a storage and a default storage, which the default storage is basically just like a lower priority storage frame. So what I've set up is I have an active provider frame, which is gonna send all items in the chest with the drone, and I have it set to send all of the items to this one default storage frame, which is hooked up to my system, and they'll just get piped directly into my system. So they already have drones that are programmed to do basic stuff like farming and collecting items, or you can just get a regular old drone and program it to do whatever you want it to do, like build your own farm. But anyways, guys, that was a nice little looky into drone programming and semi-automation. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.